Okay, so you saw that intro. What we have is almost 5 pounds. We have a 3-bone beef short rib roast, okay? Folks, this is gonna be absolutely amazing and an easy cook to do. We're only gonna use 2 seasonings today. One is gonna be the Heath Rouse beef rub, and the other one is gonna be my tried and true, which is the It's Incredible by Heaven Made Products. So let's go to the cutting board, get this baby seasoned up, then we'll head out to that Weber Summit Charcoal Grill and get started on the process. All right, so here's our 3-boner, and like I said, it's right under 5 pounds. Now, look at the insane marbling we have. It's absolutely amazing. Check out this baby here. Yeah, beautiful marbling throughout. Now, one thing that has to happen before we cook this is that we have to remove the silver skin. What we want to do is expose the meat so we can get a good, hefty amount of seasoning on the meat. This silver skin is going to be absolutely awful. It is not what you want on your beautiful beef ribs. So get you a good boning knife, and all you have to do is what you see me doing here. Get started. Now the knife needs to be really good and sharp. That way you can just take nice layers of this silver skin off until you expose the beautiful marbled meat. And this is what we will do until all of the silver skin is gone. Okay, so this is the process. Again, you don't want to make gouges. That's why you need to have a really nice boning knife or just a really sharp knife where you can get right up under that silver skin and try to preserve the meat. That is the whole idea behind it. So what we'll do is we'll continue on with this process. We'll get the rest of this silver skin removed, and then we'll get back together and start the seasoning process. All right, so as you can see, we've removed all the silver skin. This is how much we got, okay? And then I'll show you what I mean. We cut really, really thin. You don't see a lot of meat here, okay? Because I had a really good knife, so I didn't take too much meat away from the roast itself or the ribs themselves. There you go, all right? My plan is to use olive oil as a binder. And I've already told you the 2 rubs we're going to use today. So the base coat will be the It's Incredible Heaven Made Products. If you haven't tried them yet, got to give them a shot. It will be your last all-purpose seasoning that you will ever buy. I promise you that. HeavenMadeProducts.com. I actually am not an affiliate with them. Have a good relationship with the owner. So I do have a code to give you 10% off, and that code is DG10. Stands for Dski Grills 10. So you get a little discount if you want to give them a shot, but you got to get the It's Incredible. You'll see a whole lot of other seasonings. Texas Best Rib Rub. Really, really good seasonings. All kinds of them. They even have grits and stuff for shrimp and grits, so they're serious about it. We're coming back now with Heath Rouse Beef Rub. Another awesome rub. Heath Rouse puts not only those beef tones and everything into your product, but it also gives you a beautiful color. Okay, I'm going really heavy with this as well. You can see the pepperiness in this, hopefully, okay? It has a really good pepper base to it. Same thing, we want to get the sides really well, and the top. Okay. Got to get each side really good. All right, so you see what we have. We have a seasoned up 3-bone beef short rib ready to go on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. I'll meet you guys outside. Grill setup's going to be simple. We're going to let this sit here for at least 20 or 30 minutes to just soak in these flavors. That is the foundation of making sure your food is good. First and foremost, you want the meat to come up to room temperature so it cooks evenly on your grill. Second, you want those flavors to soak into your meat so you can have that wow experience at the end. I'll meet you outside. All right, folks, so we're out at the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. We got the bells ringing behind us, making this awesome sound for this afternoon. It's around 45 degrees here in Texas. We are in January time frame, and what I want to show you up close is the grill setup, okay? So for the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill, I've had this grill around 5 years. This is one of the most versatile grills I've ever had, okay? This may be my number one or at least my number two of all my grills, depending on what I have going on, okay? You can bake, you can roast, you can sear, you can low and slow, you can do whatever you need to do on this baby here. It is truly, truly remarkable. So I'm gonna bring you in close and show you the setup we're gonna do on the Weber Summit today. Let's check it out. Okay, so first thing first, we're gonna remove the grill grate, get that to the side. Now what you see, folks, is the slow and sear, okay? I bought that for the Weber Summit years ago. It is holding up very well, okay? Now what I want to do, this is Jealous Devil lump charcoal that I used in a last cook, and you can see there's still ample amount of charcoal left, so we definitely want to use this as part of our beef rib cook, all right? So we're going to go low and slow. Not going to use the slow and sear today. Again, with the versatility of this grill, you can do all kinds of different setups. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to dump all this charcoal into the bottom of the grill grate. And we're going to add more Jealous Devil to the grill, okay? So we're going to fill this baby up down here. Huge capacity. Now, if you load up the Weber Summit charcoal grill, you can cook at least 14 hours on this one load of charcoal. We won't need that long for these beef ribs. They'll probably take 6 hours, maybe 7 max, okay? Now, for me, when you're talking beef ribs, you're talking hickory, all right? I love hickory on my beef, and I'm going to get some hickory chunks added so we can add that smoke flavor throughout the cook. Okay, the idea behind this setup is we are going to go ahead and infuse this thing with smoke flavor for the first 3 hours, okay? If you notice, I don't have any wood chunks on this side of the grill because after around 3 hours, I expect this to pretty much be burnt and already infused, and we won't need wood later on. The rest will just be the heat source getting these babies tender, all right? Now, on my grill, the grill burns from left to right. All right, so for whatever reason, I always start on this side and then it just works its way over to the right. So we're going to get this thing fired up real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and put our diffuser plate in and get this setup done. So I'll show you that. A lot of my followers love the Weber Summit charcoal grill, and they will get on me from time to time wondering when I'm going to do another cook on it because it is such a remarkable grill. I've just had so much catering and different things to do over the last 3 or 4 months, and I haven't had the time to really do these smaller cooks, so I'm excited about this one today. All right, so you know about the grill gun. You know I love this thing as well. Got a nice propane tank on here. We're going to get it fired up. My focus is right here on the left side, like I told you. I want to get this really nice, get it ashed over so it can continue to walk its way over. That is all a part of that low and slow. And get over to this side, continue to get the wood lit and get that infusion going on that meat. Okay, about 1 minute later, we have a nice glow here on the left side. We're going to go ahead now, put on our diffuser plate and finish this setup. So we're adding the diffuser plate. The reason for this is we do not want the harsh flames damaging our beautiful beef short ribs. Now we're going to come back with our grill grate. Okay, what we have is a beautiful setup right here, okay? We're going to add the beef ribs right here in the middle and let them go for around 3 hours, all right? So I'm going to finish this while you're here. We're going to close our grill. So we closed our lid. We want to cook it around 250 degrees. So what I want to do is go ahead and get the rapid fire assist wide open. What does that do? I'm going to open the intake wide open. That's going to be air coming through the bottom of the grill, out the stack right here, getting us warmed up to that 225 to 250 in no time flat. So in the meantime, you know our beef ribs are hanging out on the cutting board. We're going to get it all together in just a second, and then we'll get back together. All right, so we got the rapid fire assist wide open. Our grill is up to 230 degrees. We are now at my favorite part of the video, and you know what that is. Let's get cooking. Folks, we're going to go ahead and get these beautiful short ribs on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. Let this baby go for around 3 hours before we do anything, okay? The reason behind that, we want to build that bark. We don't want this awesome seasoning to wash away during the process, so no spritzing for about 2.5, 3 hours, okay? So bark is what we want to build first. Also, we want to break down those collagens. We want to break down all of that inner muscular fat and get these babies awesome on the road to tenderness, all right? So let's put them on. All right, so we always burp for safety on Dski grills. We'll let that smoke settle a little bit. Now remember all of our awesome hickory on this side, so we're gonna start infusing right away, okay? So let's go ahead now. Grab the stars of the show. Let you see them up close. Look at these babies, folks. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Whew, it's gonna be great. All right, we'll put it right in the middle. Close this baby down, and we'll get back together again in around 3 hours. See you. All right, folks, so 3 hours into the cook. Remember, we hadn't done anything. We got the smoke rolling. You can see a light blue smoke coming out of the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. The hickory is doing its job. I want us to check in together and see how these awesome beef short ribs are coming along. So let's check it out. Don't know if you can see from this angle right here, but we are sitting at 260 degrees. This thing is dialed in, okay? So it's right into smoke setting. Beautiful smoke rolling out. Let's see how these beautiful short ribs are looking. Gracious alive, folks. Gracious alive. This is what Dski's talking about, all right? Our bark looks like it's almost set now. It is. Okay, so now we can start spritzing. I'll let you know now that I'm going to spritz with beef broth just to add another coating of tenderness. I'm going to let this go for at least 1 more hour. Then we're going to bring it in and get it wrapped. But this thing is looking amazing. This is what it's all about, okay? Low and slow. This is how you do this. You're starting to see the pullback. You're starting to get the breakdown of the inner muscular fats and things like that, okay? So tenderness is what we're gonna achieve a little bit later, but right now, we're just trying to get that bark set, and it looks good. Very little is coming off when I touch it. That means it is stuck to the meat like we want it to be. So this is gonna be a phenomenal final product. I'll see you guys in maybe another hour. We'll be at the cutting board and we'll get these babies wrapped. All right, folks, we're back. So roughly 4 hours into this cook, we have a beautiful bark already set on these beef short ribs. I'm gonna go ahead now and get them wrapped in butcher paper. Back on that grill they go until they get done, okay? Now I'm looking for around 200 degrees internally, and then these things will be done. So what I'm gonna do first is get some butcher paper, which I have right here. We're gonna get that laid out. I'm gonna show you how to wrap these beef ribs. Pretty easy to do. The dispenser makes it a whole lot easier. So about where I'm at now, which might be around 2 foot, maybe 3 foot of paper is what we're going to use today. And all I'm going to do is go ahead and get that torn off. Okay, we'll lay that down. Move this to the side real quick. Okay, so that should do it. We're going to go ahead and bring the beef ribs over again. I'll bring you in close, but look at these things. Goodness gracious, they look amazing, okay? So we got that laid here. We're just gonna go ahead and wrap. So I'll bring you in close and let you see that. Okay, so first things first, I wanna go ahead and add more beef broth. So as we're working on that tenderness, we also continue to make sure that we have flavor added to the short ribs. We'll put a little bit on the paper to make sure it's pliable and that it folds easy, okay? So I'm telling you, this is a picture perfect moment right here looking at these things, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn them over. Still need to be broken down, okay? They're not tender by any means, all right? So what we're gonna do is go ahead and start our first fold. Just like that on that back side. I'm gonna go ahead and bend here and bend here, okay? We'll get the crease going because it's very important to make sure you wrap this up tight. So I'm gonna get a nice crease right there. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side here. Nice crease here. Again, that's the reason you spray that paper down. It makes it so much more easier to work with. Okay, now we're just ready to fold and finish this baby up, okay? So we'll do one here. Now, as I fold, folks, I make sure that these things are staying tight because I do want to make sure that I have the paper in the best possible situation. I want to make sure these things can cook really good. The bark is maintained, everything is done right. So we did 2 folds. Now we're just going to bend our paper right here, crease it off, and do our last fold, okay? Now I'm pulling back to have tightness on my paper, okay? These are beef ribs wrapped up and ready to go back to that smoker to finish their job, okay? So I'll see you guys in a couple hours. I'm going to be using a probe thermometer, and I'm going to be probing these things, and once they hit around 200 degrees, I'm pulling them. I'm going to let them rest for around 30 minutes to an hour, and you and I will check out the final product together. All right, folks, we're back 6.5 hours later, and these beef short ribs are done. So you saw what we did. We started off by removing the silver skin. Then we seasoned them. We used olive oil as a binder. We came with our seasonings. Our seasonings were the Heath Riles, and we also used the It's Incredible. From there, folks, we let this sit on the cutting board. I took you outside, and we got that Weber Summit charcoal grill fired up. You saw that I used hunks of hickory. We set it up for it to go low and slow for around 3 hours to build up that bark. Then we added a little bit of spritz, and all that was with beef broth, okay? We cooked another hour just to get it even better, okay? Then I showed you here at the cutting board how to wrap it next, okay? So we used peak butcher paper. We also hit it with a little more of the beef broth, wrapped it up. 2 hours later, here's our final product. So let's open it up and let's see how awesome these beef short ribs look. All right, so it's been resting on the cutting board for 1 hour. We're gonna go ahead and get it unwrapped. Really excited about this. I know it's gonna be amazing. You can see that it's been sweating through the paper. That's what you want. And with this butcher paper, you maintain your bark and you also get tenderness. So I'm gonna get this out, let you see this. Check this out. All right. Now, as you can see, here's the beautiful bark still intact. We have tenderness out of this world. You see how I'm just pushing it down. It's easy. What I want to do is cut one off the bone and then show you guys the final product. So we'll go right on in. You see how easy it's cutting. It's tender as butter, okay? I'm going to go on this side here, get this off, and just show you guys beef short ribs done right, okay? So here we go. Look at these beautiful short ribs. Now, one thing I want you to notice, I want you to notice the smoke ring. That is from that low and slow cooking. You can see that we broke down all the collagen. You can see that all the intermuscular fat has already been rendered down. If I squeeze this baby, it's gonna be a juice-a-lanch, right? Juice-a-lanch because we did it right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite real quick and we'll close this video out. All right, so here we go. First off is fall off the bone goodness, because if I shake this baby's gonna fall. Look at that, okay? So you know you did it right. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and just cut a piece off right here. Cuts like butter. And we're gonna taste this and see what it's all about, okay? Here we go. If you've never had beef ribs, you gotta give it a shot. This is no more than brisket on a stick. The flavor from the beef Riles beef rub and the It's Incredible is absolutely amazing. The low and slow cook, wrapping it in butcher paper makes something really special. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let everyone know what Dski Grills is up to. And as always, at Dski Grills, grilling is not a pastime, it's a passion. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Finna get into these beef ribs and watch a little football. You guys enjoy the rest of the day.